And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. That's it. It's Tighten Up Tuesday on Aiden in the Arvo.
Joined as always by multi-sport coach, wellness advocate, international endurance athlete, motivational speaker, friend of the show, Aaron Buchan. Hey man.
Hey mate, how you going?
I am delightful. How are you?
Fantastic, thanks. Fantastic.
Now, we're breaking down some myths today, I guess, around fitness.
Yeah, fitness for sure. Look, I suppose I mentioned, a lot of people come to me in the gym and they go, I want to set some goals, I want to get fit, I want to get healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think a lot of the fitness side of things, they're not really understanding what it's all about. It's a different type of component to what they want to feel.
Okay.
So most people want to feel good, but it's not actually the fitness, because they go, I just want to be able to keep up with my kids or kick the footy or something like that. So that's not really fitness. It's more strength conditioning, core conditioning, movement in the body. And then, of course, I suppose all the other stuff I've been talking about, like nutrition is probably the most important.
Right, so it's almost like people's definition is incorrect, and that's more like a result of getting fit. You can do those things. Is that what you're sort of saying?
Well, I suppose something that a lot of people think about is that I've got to get fit, I've got to jump on a treadmill and I've got to run.
Yeah.
So I suppose our mindset is always about, I've got to get fit, I've got to get fit, I've got to get on the treadmill. But it's not always like that way, depending on what the goals are, of course.
I did a couple of Ks on the treadmill this morning.
Did you?
Not enough, though, because I got a sore back, so it was just a light one.
Yeah.
So what should my goal be then, instead of to keep up with my kids and all that sort of thing, in relation to getting fit then?
Okay. If you got a sore back?
In a normal day, not when I haven't slept on a crappy mattress.
Okay, cool. So look, if you're looking at obviously improving your fitness, or are you talking about obviously it's just like feeling good?
I guess you're saying that those are two very different things. Mm-hmm. Right, okay, so that's probably where we need to work on that, whether you want to get fit or whether you want to feel good.
So it's all going to come down to your goals. Right. So goal setting, which we've done in a few segments in the past, is probably one of the most important things that we can do. If a general person comes in, they go, look, I want to feel good, I want to get fit, I'll go, okay, the first thing is going to be to concentrate on their posture and get their body to move properly, get their core activating, and obviously changing some nutritional and lifestyle stuff.
Yep.
In their diet, etc.
So it's not just about working out or running on the treadmill, as you put it. It's about looking at the whole aspects of your life and going through each component, really.
Yep, definitely. And the big mistake, I suppose people make is to think to jump on that treadmill and start smashing it out too late at night. Obviously, all the other segments that we spoke about as well, it's a big stress on the body.
Yeah.
So if we put in too much stress on the body, right, it's not going to be good. You're not going to feel good. You're going to be craving more sugars and all that type of stuff. So I suppose in a nutshell, if you want to feel good, okay, we got to get some good movement, some mobility in the body, and we got to obviously get the core functioning properly. But I suppose, look, if we're talking about fitness component, we can incorporate that into the strength and conditioning as well. And there's a few different sections of that fitness component. So we're talking about the cardio system of the body now. So it's different than obviously the strength and conditioning.
Right.
So if we're talking about the cardio system of the body, we're talking about it's more heart rates.
Yep.
So I don't want to go too deep into it, but if we're talking about aerobic fitness or threshold fitness, or if we're talking about VO2 max, so this is a bit more your high intensity type stuff, which a lot of people love doing.
Right, okay.
Right, so it's pretty similar to obviously the strength stuff, because you're not going to go straight into the high intensity stuff. You have to set a good foundation first. Aerobic conditioning is a good way to start.
Okay, so when you say aerobic conditioning, are we picturing the aerobics Oz style in the 90s with all the lycra and that sort of thing? Is that what I'm picturing?
I know you are, mate, but look, definitely not, no. Look, if we think about that picture, it's more about your heart rate zones, okay? So this has been around for so long. If you Googled heart rate zones, it's going to come up. So you've got zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, and zone 5. The zone like 1 and 2 is more your aerobic, and then we go into 3 and 4 is a lot more your threshold, and then like your VO2 is some more your 5 and 6 type stuff.
Okay, so there's different levels, and it's about getting your heart rate up to certain levels to achieve what you're after.
Exactly. And if you want to do, example, if you are training for, say, like a marathon, it's going to be more aerobic conditioning, so zone like 1 and 2. Yep, so low heart rate, but more time. So we're going to be like running
to last longer.
Yeah, exactly right. So we're going to be like running for longer. It could be like 1 hour, 2 hour, etc. Obviously a progressive type build. But if you want to do something, example like a city to bay or something like that, it's going to be more threshold training. Right, and if you want to do something like a sprint, say a 1K sprint or something like that, it's going to be more VO2 training.
Because you've got to just get going.
You got to
straight
go.
away.
Yeah, exactly right. So your heart rate's going to come up to max.
Speaking of getting going, we need to go to a song.
Okay, cool.
Let's talk more with Aaron on the other side of this.
Perfect.
On 107.9 Life. You're listening to Aiden in the Arvo.
And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. That's it. It's Tighten Up Tuesday on Aiden in the Arvo.
We're talking fitness with you this afternoon. Aaron Buchan is here and breaking down a few of those myths, I guess, and trying to work out why people want to get fit and what's the best way to do so.
For sure. Look, so there's a heap of different goals, and I keep going back to goals. It's the most important thing, the most important component in regard to like your fitness or your strength conditioning.
Yeah.
Or like whatever like you want to achieve. It's not just in fitness, in life. Generally.
Yeah, that's true. Mostly that's what's taught around, getting a job and different things like that in high school. But I guess we don't think about it in regards to fitness as often.
Exactly right. So, as I said before, if you want to do a marathon or like a city to bay or something like that, you have to get those aspects, I suppose, on paper and have a clear goal to what like you want to achieve to your fitness. Okay, so as a triathlon coach, it's really important. Like for me, I love to swim, I love to bike, I love to run.
When you say triathlon coach, how many have you done at this stage?
Oh, God, that's a good question. Look, I've been doing triathlons for about 7 years, so you probably do around about 10 a season.
Oh, my goodness.
So I've done I've done a few.
All right, stop talking, you're annoying me. Keep going.
Okay, so where was I? So look, as a triathlon coach, like swim, bike, run is pretty important to me. So these are great, simple, I suppose, like terms to improve your fitness. Most people can swim, or most people can try and swim, jump in the pool and obviously turn the arms over.
Yeah.
So most people have got a bike, so it's great to get the family together and go out for a long ride. Or most people can run. If you can walk, you can generally run, right? So these are great fitness components that people can start with to obviously achieve their goals. It doesn't have to be obviously a marathon or stuff like that. It could just be, look, a 2 or 3K like run to get them started.
Yeah.
And they could say, look, I want to progress into like a 5K park run. It's a bit more sort of timed or something like that.
And I think a lot of people will be surprised of what they can actually do. They think they could never do that, but they can. Like, it's just about telling yourself, no, you can do this. Just set yourself the goal of 1K, and then next time it's 2K, and then next time it's 3K.
Exactly right. It's about taking small steps to achieve their fitness goals. It's not about if they see a triathlete that has done, say, 100 or 200 triathlons. It's not about that. It's about, like, your level and getting to what, I suppose, like, makes you feel good in your fitness as well.
Yeah. So what kind of programs should we be looking at if we're wanting to take us to the next level?
Okay, cool. So I'll give you a rough example. If you wanted a run program and you're, just say, like, you've done a little bit of running, it could be like 1-2 like years ago, and you want to get like back into it. Weeks like 1 to 4 is going to be about aerobic conditioning. Okay, so you'd probably do 2 aerobic conditioning sets. All right, and this could be, say, like 45 to like 1 hour progressing in the 4 weeks.
Okay.
And it might be in a 5 minute block. So you might like run for 5 minutes in a zone like 1 or 2, keeping a close eye on your heart rate, and stop for like 1 minute. Okay. Reset and then go again. You might do that, say, 10 to 15 times, right? So that's going to be a great starting point. So it's not all about going out, I've got to run a K or 2Ks or 3Ks or 5K. It's about time, right? Time is important. So if you keep that heart rate in that zone 2, all right, say for like 5 minutes, and then you can stop, have a break, bring the heart rate like back down. Because look, 9 times out of 10, so most people are going to go out and the heart rate's going to go straight through the roof.
Yeah.
So it's going to be important just to control it, okay? Because if you go out and you try to run at that like heart rate, it's going through the roof, right? Yep. So you're going to get pretty tired and burnt out quickly, and you're probably going to go, it's all too hard, and throw it in the back of the basket.
So this kind of system, you're able to recover quicker and continually do it throughout the week.
Progress. So it's week like 1 to 4. I recommend 2 aerobic sets and probably like 1 threshold set. So this is a threshold set. Look, by that time, I would say you might do, say, 2 or 3 Ks. And so what you're going to do is throw in a 30-second faster run. So run that for 30 seconds, and then you're going to have a 3-minute light recovery. You might do that in a half an hour gap. Okay. So that's going to be a really good one in weeks like 1 to 4. Weeks are like 4 to 8 now. So we're going to do 2 threshold sets. Okay, example, it could be a Tuesday and a Thursday. And then on Sunday, it might be a VO2 set, right? So now after 4 weeks of getting that condition, it's time to go into something a little bit more intense.
Lift it to the next level. Yeah.
Exactly. So look, all the program I'm talking about like running, but it's pretty similar for cycling and swimming as well.
They can be adapted to all 3 of them.
It could, exactly right. And you might even consider doing a combination of all 3 together. It could be a swim day, it could be a bike day and a run day.
We've gone into a lot of specifics here, Aaron, but we should probably point people towards possibly your website to find out a little bit more information if they've missed some bits along the way.
Sure, yep. So if anyone's interested in a bit of a plan or getting started in something in regard to these sort of components, the swim or the bike or the run, improving like their fitness, please check out my website. You can go to aaronbuchan.com. If you put in a submission, I'd love to have a chat to you about how I can put together a 4-week plan for you.
Yeah, head over there. Aaron Buchan Multisport Coaching for all your personalised coaching, keeping you accountable to achieve your ultimate health, nutrition, fitness and lifestyle goals. You can check him out on his website, aaronbuchan.com. As always, mate, thank you very much for joining us.
Great to see you again.